Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're just gonna be doing a tutorial on how to pretty much map out the entire like human body, like how to break it down basically, and the structures you need to learn in order for you to do it. So let's just hop right into it. First thing you want to do is just start with a line, because a line is going to be basically the gesture line of your entire drawing. You know what I'm saying? The gesture of the drawing is very, very important. Okay, so whichever way the body's gonna be moving, it's pretty much the way you want the line to go. So if there's like a bend in the body, you want to put a bend in the line. If there's like if the line's straight up, straight line. If the line's in like the body's in like a zigzag, zigzag it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're gonna split this line in half. Okay, and most of the time the split is gonna end up being where the bend in the body is. So like the torso, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Add your head on the top, kind of look like a lollipop shape, looking like a lollipop. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Okay, a lot of people are scared of doing circles. Like y'all, it's okay, bro. You do not have to do a perfect circle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Add your neck. It's gonna be like a stumpy cylinder shape. Like think of like a cylinder, but like it's like a big fat. I don't know. It's weird, but like a stumpy cylinder shape. Okay, add your shoulder line, and basically we're going to encase the entire body into a box. Okay, now make sure that the shoulder length is half a head apart. Okay, basically, you see the line between the head. Basically, take those, invert them, and then put them on the outside. It's basically half a head apart, and that's how big the chest is going to be for the body. So that's one way you can measure it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really use heads to measure. I know that it is one way a lot of people do measurement, but me personally, I'm just like, I don't got time for all that bullshit. But yeah, so just have a head apart. Just for the people who really care about that and want to know the measurements. For the people who don't give a damn, we'll move into the box shape. Okay, so as your box, two lines on the side and a line on the bottom right here. Okay, that's basically your chest shape. Okay, so we got a circle, cylinder, box. Three basic shapes. That is going to be your upper body of the entire torso, pretty much. Add two C shapes on on the side. Now we're doing the male body right now, just so you guys know we're doing the male body. Add two C shapes on the side for the shoulders. Then we're gonna add a circle right inside of the middle. Okay, this is going to be the stomach area. You know what I'm saying? The bendable part. I don't know, like it's just the stomach, the part of the body that twists, moves, and does all the movement pretty much. All right, because the rib cage stays stagnant while the soft part in the middle will separate your pelvis, and your rib cage is going to stay. It's gonna move around. Okay, a box with a cylinder. All right, pretty much make the pelvis the same size as the chest, because guys, we're kind of like a straight up and down box shape. We don't really have that many curves to us like women have. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying. But like I said, everyone has different body shapes. You know what I'm saying? Add two splits on the side to make the pelvis bone. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Superman underwear shape. And that's going to be pretty much where our pelvis is and the legs are going to be. Zoom in right here. We're going to add these two muscles right here on the top. Well, not on the top. Well, where the shoulders are. They're called the trapezius muscles? I think so. Anyway, do a big tentacle arm pretty much, okay? The one thing I do is I try to encase the entire arm into a full shape, because it just adds way more dynamic flow to the drawing. You know what I'm saying? You could break it up into lines if you want to. I tend to just do tentacles. Okay, I'm saying. But like I said, it's optional. Okay, you could just do stick legs, stick arms. It's cool. The pose might be more stiff, but it will still be, you know, accurate pretty much. All right. We got two cylinders for the legs, and we can always break up the legs later. You know what I'm saying? Split those tentacles in half and pretty much, you know, break it up so that you have the proportions. All right, these are the basic proportions of the male body. Okay, this is just a basic foundation, y'all. Like, we're not getting into any details. It's not supposed to look pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's just a basic form to work off of so that you can do your characters and do these comic book characters, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do two Dorito shapes for the feet. You know what I'm saying? Just two Doritos. You know what I'm saying? Or just two pyramids, two triangles, whatever you want to call them. for the feet facing frontward, okay? And then for the hands, we're not going to do anything crazy. Let me just add some shoulder joints, right? Some elbow joints right here real quick, okay? But for the hands, we're going to do a simple little, I don't even know what shape you would call that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to do that shape, okay? And that's pretty much the entire layout for the male body. I add a circle for the groin area or the crotch area, just so you know where the junk is, I guess. I don't know. I do that. Check chest muscles right here, pectoral muscles, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter what brush you use. I'm using an airbrush. I usually sketch with airbrushes digitally anyway. It just it just feels better, you know what I'm saying? It just feels right. Just sketch with airbrush. But you can use any brush you want, okay? So yeah, those are the basic proportions. Just always remember to break them down into basic shapes. You know what I'm saying? Reason why I'm doing this live, well, not live, but like in real time, is because I want to slowly go through the process so you guys can see everything I'm doing. Because a lot of people who do tutorials, they just kind of speed through it. I'm like, I can't learn nothing when you speeding through it. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time they speed through it because they don't want the video to be too long. But listen, bro, you gonna get a long video today, okay? All right, female body, we're gonna do same thing on the side, head on top, make it that lollipop balloon shape, you know what I'm saying? Look like a balloon, okay? Now for the female body, we're going to make a box, okay? But the female chest is way smaller, okay? So we're going to actually chop off quarters of the box, okay? Okay, let me first add the neck here, okay? You know what I'm saying? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get everything right. Let's get the neck going. You know what I'm saying? The neck looking good. This is the same thing as the guy neck, just make it a little bit more thinner. Females do, have thinner necks, smaller necks. Pretty much everything on a female is smaller technically, you know what I'm saying? And when I mean small, I don't mean like, I mean, like, of course they got, like, bigger asses than us and, like, wider hips than guys. But, like, I mean small as in, like, smaller arms, smaller shoulders, smaller neck, stuff like that. Like, they're not buff and brolic, like, no, they can be, not all the time, but, it is what it is. Anyway, we're going to split this box in half. And, well, not in half, but in quarters. All right, it's important to make sure that you do it quarters because, like I said, girls have smaller chests. All right, so here we're gonna get a box just so you can see off, an example. All right, so we're gonna get the box and we're gonna be cutting pretty much these parts of the box off. All right, and basically when we cut these parts of the box off, the center is going to be where the female chest shall lie. All right, girls have smaller rib cages. But they have bigger hips, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so this is going to be the basic rib cage, all right? That's what we're going to be working with for the female, all right? This is what you want to have, this is what you want to need, all right? The reason why I use a full-on box first is just so you guys can get the box done and then just cut it up later, all right? I'd rather you get the whole thing, drawn out and then cut it up than just, like, you try to YOLO it, It just makes the whole drawing process much better. All right, so yeah, here's our female body. All right, now we're going to get our C shapes going on, our half circles for the shoulder joints. Yeah, all right, pretty much everything we did for the guy is going to be for the girl, pretty much. All right, it's just going to be a few changes. I think the only real change we made was the rib cage, making it smaller, but that's pretty much it. The circle for the middle where the stomach area is, okay. Now this next part I'm gonna show you. Hold on, let me just get my thing sketched out. Perfect. Now this next part I'm gonna show you is important, okay? Because like I was just saying, females have smaller rib cages than guys, but they definitely have bigger hips than guys, okay? Now, reason why females have bigger hips is because girls have to freaking push out babies, bro. Like, what you talking about? You know? That's just how God made them, all right? If girls had hips like guys, they would not be able to give birth, okay? They just wouldn't, all right? Babies would not, like, that wouldn't be a thing, all right? The girls have to have wider hips in order to give birth. Otherwise, that baby gonna fucking get stuck and die. Like, you know what I'm saying? One thing I do is I try to make the female hips or hip bones or hips in general shoulder length, the same length as the shoulders, pretty much. All right. You can add a cylinder on the top just to add a not a cylinder, an ellipse on the top just to show like more three dimensionality. The legs, we're gonna have two curves that come down. All right, and we're gonna pretty much keep all the legs connected. And of course, you can just add the connection for the hips placement. Try to, make it look like a female, bro. Like you know how to do this. Like I can walk you through a lot of stuff, but some of the stuff is just common sense. Like erase some of this part. Let's give her a more hourglass shape. All right. Now, like I said, not all girls are shaped like this, but the default settings, like you know what I'm saying, like a basic structure for girls will be this type of shape. All right. We'll do different shaped bodies later, but right now we're just gonna be doing the more the standard girl body. Okay. Now we're gonna go out and basically we're gonna make two diamond shapes that like kind of come down right here and connect at the bottom. All right. Now the foreleg is gonna be the same length as the thigh. All right. Make sure you do that. So it's kind of like a duplicate in size, and then we're gonna get two Dorito shapes right here for the feet. All right. Now basically for the feet, I did a big old wide triangle and then split it right down the middle. Like it's not that hard. Just make sure you do that, and that's how you get your basic mannequin for the female. Add your breast right here in the center, all right, and that is the structure for the female anatomy. All right, so once you get the little format or guide area done, all you gotta do next is just start adding in your actual details. So we're gonna do the circle for the head. All right, you can do circles, cylinders, boxes. Circles are simpler, so you can just do a circle for the head. All right, and like I said, y'all, you don't gotta do a perfect circle. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I don't want to hear no, I can't do a circle. No, you can do a circle. Okay, you can. You just gotta, you know, just do the best you can. All right, split that in half. Right, find the center of the line, and from that center point, go down and try to have it that line, or at least cut off the bottom of the circle. All right, add another line right here. This is pretty much the guide for the eye area, and yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do. All right, I had two arrow points or 2 points right there for the cheekbones. All right, because the eyes are kind of connected to the cheekbones. It's kind of weird, it's kind of like they kind of just merge in together. All right, lines that go at an angle toward the jaw. All right, this is the side of the face, and then we're gonna do the jawline, and we can do it just like that, long or short, whatever you want it to be. And yeah, that's pretty much all you gotta do, and that is your basic head shape. All right, not that hard, not that difficult to get right. You know, hold on, let me just erase this real quick because I think I made that a little bit too long. But like I said, it's always better to adjust and tweak the proportions when you're in the sketching phase or when you're in the building block phase, rather than tweaking it when you're in the coloring or even the line art phase. Because once you're in that phase, it's kind of hard to turn back. It is a little bit easier to turn back when you're on digital art. But if you're doing it on traditional or if you're doing it on paper, turning back is pretty difficult, all right? Two swooping lines right there to show the side plane of the face, a circle for the nose area. We're just laying out, we're like mapping that out pretty much. We're not drawing the actual features yet, we're just mapping out the area pretty much. And then the ear is going to be kind of like a diamond shape, like a diamond, like a half diamond with a line in the middle that like comes down and then curves another line right there. And I'll show you again, a diamond shape right here, boom boom, just like that. And that is pretty much it for the ear. Just a half diamond with a line going like that, a line going down at angles, and you have a basic ear. And that is basically your face proportions, or like the map proportions of your face, and that's what you want to do when you're mapping out the face. All right, the neck is going to be as wide as the point of the jaw. You're gonna swoop it down like this, just like that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and the reason why I'm doing it real time is so that you guys can follow along. All right. Some people, when they're doing tutorials, they like speed it up because they want to keep the video short. I personally don't care how long the video is. Okay, um, I'm here to teach, not here to, rush through shit and not let you guys learn anything. So hopefully, me doing it real time helps. Trapezius muscles right here. A little point arrow for the collarbone. All right, and then go up at an angle. Kind of imagine like a plane or like a bird or like a paper airplane. Like, the back of a paper airplane. That's kind of what you want to do for the collarbone. All right. So that's the little fold, and then the wings on the side. You can't see it now. May okay, never mind. All right. Then you want to add the circle joint for the shoulders. All right. Start off with the top of the circle like a line, and then curve downward. This helps sell it. And that's pretty much it. All right, now you can add your line for your chest, just like that. Or you can do a 2-line separating it. Most of the time you want to keep the chest or pectoral muscles separated because the chest muscles don't actually touch in real life. All right. I mean, if you want to keep it simplified and you don't feel like doing 2 lines, you can do 1 line, but technically the chest does not touch. Same thing with the female breast. They don't touch unless they're being pushed together. You understand? But for the male's chest, there's a natural separation between between both of them. All right. And then like a little half diamond shape like this in the corners of the chest muscles. These are just the indentations between the chest and the collarbone. I usually add these. These are optional. You don't really have to, all right? It's not really a need. It doesn't really help you, but I like adding them just because, you know what I'm saying? So that's all up to you if you want to add those or not, all right? Rib cage coming to the side. And then once you get that, you can add a arch. Keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Most men have an arching rib cage anyway. All right, then connect these 2 parts if you want to. You don't have to connect them, but they do help. Just so you can keep everything separated, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's all optional. Okay? Add a line straight from the center going all the way down, all right? Then we're going to have these 2 muscles. I just call them the side muscles. I don't remember the name. I'm kind of mad at myself because I used to know every single name of the anatomy when I was first learning this stuff. Now I forgot all of it. But these 2 side muscles on the side, all right, swoop down right here, and they just go all the way down to the crotch area, all right, and it's kind of making this bottle shape, upside down bottle shape, or like a baby bottle, you know what I'm saying, like a baby, like the top of a baby bottle. I don't know what you call it, but that's pretty much what you want to do, but upside down for the male muscles. 2 side muscles on the side. These are, forget the name, but I think these are love handles too. Might be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure that once men get fatter, those become love handles. Now for the ab muscles, I usually go to the abs and I add a line. I usually break them up first into sections, like just 2 simple boxes. Well, 6 technically simple boxes, all right, or 4, however you want to count them, and add a diamond right in between where the lines connect or touch each other, or where they cross over with each other. And then for the bottom, I add a small little sad face, and that's the belly button for the male. Okay, I usually keep the male belly button like a sad face or just a circle. Okay, curve these 2 lines. You know what I'm saying? Because these are just guides, and pretty much let them, form themselves out. Make sure these lines that you add, just separate them, start curving. Like they're kind of like, imagine like curvy boxes. Like they're boxes, but they have, instead of points at the end of them, they just curve instead of, just being sharp squares pretty much. All right. And that's pretty much your basic ab muscles. These muscles are a little bit too out. Let's move them in a little bit, and that's more realistic. There we go. Okay. You can make them stick out, but they usually go inward. It's like a dip pretty much. All right. And boom. And you can add these lines underneath them. These are optional too. You know, a lot of the stuff I do is optional. You don't have to do it, but I just use that just so I can see the three dimensionality of the form. You feel me? And yeah, that is pretty much it. All right. And now we're going to move into the arm. Arm's gonna be a box shape. You know, just a simple rectangle. You know, keep everything simple. You don't want to ever complicate things because the more complicated the anatomy gets, it's gonna be hard to learn. You know, reason why how I'm doing this. I'm not. By the way, guys, I'm not using any references. I have nothing pulled up on the screen. No references on my phone. Nothing like that. All from brain power, bro. Like I said, if you break it up into shapes, you can do this from memory. You don't need references unless once you get good enough, though. But references are supposed to be used for beginners, okay? And still, you can still use references for professional art too, but once you get good enough, you know. For the forearm, we're gonna have like this wobbly. Well, no, think of like a bowling pin. All right, yeah, that's what the forearm's gonna be. It's gonna be a bowling pin shape, you know. Just think of a bowling pin, and that is pretty much what you're gonna have the shape in mind when you're doing the forearm. All right. And like I said, the forearm gets wide from the start and then gets narrower toward the wrist area, which is why a bowling pin is a good like example to use when you're doing a forearm pretty much. So we're gonna do that. Boom. Make the bowling pin. Curve out on both sides and then go inward. And then thinner towards the wrist, okay? The wrist is going to be thinner the further pretty much you can make the wrist as thin as you want to be, but I usually make my wrist pretty thin, all right, just to sell that more dynamic form to them, all right. Another bowling pin shape, and boom, shakalaka. There you go, and that's your forearm, pretty much. You know, that's your forearm, y'all. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to let's do the legs. Yeah, we'll do the legs. Okay. We're gonna go outward slightly and then two straight lines going down from the inward. Okay, the inside of the leg is going to be straight lines, and then the outside is going to be a slight diamond shape, like a slight diamond shape, not too defined. You can barely even see it, like a slightly curved line. Then connect them right at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much cylinders, but like at the end of the cylinders have 2 points. If you want to, you know, be technical, you know. I usually add diamonds inside the leg, and then a line. Well, not a line, but like another, like triangular arrow shape. You know, like a paintbrush. End of the paintbrush. You know, and then that's the inside, and those are the muscles that are gonna use because there's 3 muscles that make up the thigh, pretty much. I forget. Like I said, I don't know the names, but I do know that there's 3 muscles that make up the thigh, and they're all connected in this weird pattern. You know, it's like one on the outside, one in the middle has like a leaf shape. You know, kneecaps can be circles. You know what I'm saying? Keep everything pretty simple and pretty easy. You know, because the more complicated things get for you, it's gonna be even harder for you to even learn this anatomy stuff. All right, same thing. Do that a slight outside on the line. Boxes for the kneecaps go outward and then inward. I'm not really sure how to explain this part. It's just you just gotta follow along with the video at this point. It's just a shape. I don't even know what to call it, bro. Like, but yeah, okay. You know, we're not gonna draw every single bone, every single you know, muscle in the leg, but there are shapes you wanna learn. All right, and even sometimes like when you get good enough at like breaking down shapes into into 3 dimensionality forms, whatever, you can make up your own shapes pretty much and make your own shapes and make it even simpler for you. You know, and that's a thing you can do. The ankle is gonna be a square in the middle, just like that, and then the foot's gonna come out in a curved, I don't know, like a kiss chocolate, I guess. I don't even know, you know. And like I said, it's not a foot tutorial, but I'm gonna do some toes, some quick toes, just like that, and that's pretty much your foot. Okay. I think the ankle, you want to think of like a wrench, you know, like a wrench for like a tool, like you use to unscrew tools. That's pretty much what you think of for the ankle, all right, or for the joint of the foot. It's like a wrench shape. And that's what I keep in mind when I'm doing this, all right. Like I said, you can break up things into your own forms. All right, add the heel, another triangle chip shape, I don't know, and then you can add some quick toes just so you can get the feet done. All right, and that's pretty much front facing feet, you know. And the hands, we're gonna do something really simple. We're not even gonna, do that much time on the hands because, like I said, the hands are not supposed to be the main focus of the video. We're gonna do a separate tutorial for that, but we'll just do like a simple triangle shape. Okay, it's just so you can get it down. All right, like a curved triangle, and then some sharp, pointy triangles for the fingers. Okay. Not really sure how to explain this either, but like I said, we're keeping everything simple and everything clean, you know? We're laying down the portions, all right? This is just so you can help. This is just so you can, so it can help you, you know, get it all down and not have to spend too much time, making the body. And that's pretty much it, y'all. That is the male body, okay? Simple, 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 just so you can see it clearly. That's the male body. All right, we only use shapes to do this, y'all. We do not use any real anatomy, no real, knowledge of this stuff. Just some simple stuff, and it all came together in the end. Now for the female, same process, y'all. Same process. We're going to get my brush tool first. I don't know what I was doing. Get my brush tool, and then for the head, we're going to make a line. Okay. Circle for the head. Okay. Now the female is going to be pretty much the same as the male. The same like layout, the same way you do it. Okay. Except you don't gotta do all those face proportions, all right? The thing for females is that the less is more, y'all. Like when you're doing females characters or girl characters, less is more. Okay. The more you add to a female character, the older they look. If you're going for like an older woman, then of course you can add all the details, stuff like that, which is cool. But if you're going for like, I don't know, 20 maybe up, keep everything less. Less is more when you're drawing female characters, okay? So that's why I didn't add the little cheekbone area. Just keep it's a pretty much a simple anime type head. Simple lines. The neck is gonna be thinner for the female. All right, it's not gonna be the same size as the jawline. All right, quick V. All right, and the same paper airplane shape for the collarbone. All right, 2 swooping lines like that, and these muscles swoop straight into the shoulder. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a second. So just swoop them like that, straight into the shoulder. Okay, no dip, no indentation. Like I said, we're doing the same thing as the male, but just keeping everything more simple. Okay, you can add these 2 lines right here if you want to. All right, it's kind of like think of like a, I don't know, like a bird shape, maybe like a bird head, I don't even know. And then that's pretty much it for the shoulders, all right? Then the rib cage, come like that. Okay. Map it out. And we're going to have that, and that's pretty much the rib cage for the female, okay? Split it in half, Like I said, girls have pectoral muscles too, all right? Connect these 2 lines like that to the chest, and that is the pectoral muscles for the female. Okay, then add an arching line for the rib cage opening, a circle just like that, boom boom boom. Okay, and that is pretty much the proportions. All right, the arms are going to be 2 cylinders or same boxy shapes, but just going to be thinner. All right, pretty much everything you did for the guy, but just make it smaller and make it thinner. All right, that's only if you want a really feminine looking girl. Okay, if you want a masculine looking girl, then of course you can do a masculine form by making everything bigger, pretty much. All right, and for the pelvis of the female, I usually think of a how do I explain this one? Like it's like a triangle, but like there's another tapered triangle. Oh, here we go. Think of like a spinning top, okay? Like a top that you spin on the table and you spin it. So think of a spinning top, okay? That's the basic shape you want, and that's the little thing you twist so you can spin around. That's pretty much what you want to think of for the pelvis of the female, okay? All right. The bottom part is the pelvis, and the top part is the love handle area or stomach area. The curving line that pretty much girls have. Or you can think of like a lollipop ring, you know what I'm saying? You can either think of a spinning top or a lollipop ring, okay? I lollipop ring is more fun, but spinning top works too. Okay, that's pretty much the shape you want to keep in mind whenever you're doing the female. Okay. All right, and this is all from front on poses. We're gonna be doing more dynamic poses in in different videos, but yeah, all right. For the facing pose, a line, splitting that up. All right, start from the stomach area going all the way down to the pelvis. Okay. Some circles for the joints. Okay, and that same shape for the guy, but a little bit thinner, more like a I don't even know. Keep this more like a like more technically. Don't keep it like for the guys. Their arms are more. They have more forearm muscle. So it's the same shape, but just keep it thinner. You know what I'm saying? Keep it thinner. All right. We're going to curve the legs just like that. 2 curved lines. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, and then you could have a diamond in the middle. Okay, this is if you want your characters to have a thigh gap. You don't have to have a thigh gap. It's optional. Okay, if you don't want a thigh gap, all you gotta do is add a straight line in between the thighs and then go straight down, and then boom, thigh gap's gone. But you know what I'm saying? If you want a thigh gap, all you got to do is do a little diamond shape in between the legs and then work on for there. Okay, and that is pretty much a thigh gap. Okay, then you can go to the knees, 2 ovals for the kneecaps, or squares or circles, whatever you want to do, and then the diamond shape. All right, do the same thing with between the forelegs or the bottom legs. Same diamond shape between them. Okay. Straight line down, boom, boom, boom. Connect them just like that. And then that is pretty much the bottom of the legs. Okay. All right. Like I said, y'all, it's all simple shapes. Okay. Some of the shapes are more made up and more, customized. All right. I do customize some shapes I use. Not all of them, but a lot of them I do. All right. And then for the toes, just some feet that's like that. These feet looking kind of weird. Hold up. She got some freaking bird feet going on. Like, huh? I don't know. Let's see. She got some big feet. Big feet. Let me erase that real quick, bro. Looking like Sasquatch. Like, whoa. Nah, bro, let's keep it simple. Okay. Just 2 lines like that, and then boom. There we go. Still got them platypus feet, but like I said, this is not a feet tutorial, okay? We'll do a more in-depth one. This is just a quick foot, all right? And then same thing for the, what do they call them? The hands. The same thing for the hands. Curving line, just like that, It's like a weird open puppet face, a mitten shape. I don't know. Not a hand tutorial, but we'll do one later. And that is pretty much the proportions, okay? And then, of course, we have to add the breast, okay? Just like this, all right? Usually circles help. Now, girls do not have circle-shaped titties, okay? They do have a teardrop shape. There's 2 muscles that connect from the neck down, but like I said, we're not really going to go in depth into it right now. We'll do a separate tutorial for that. But that's pretty much a shape you want to keep in mind, okay? And that is pretty much the female bate, okay? So we did the male, we did the female, all right? And those are the proportions or how to draw a female body mannequin, okay? And that's pretty much it, y'all. Pretty simple, pretty easy, Like I said, I'm going to just show you real quickly in color right here. Muscles of the arm. We got the shoulder muscles right here. Okay. And then we have the breasts. Now, breasts are actually fat composites. They're not muscles. Okay. A lot of people think that the breasts are muscles, and they're not. Okay. The breasts are actually fat. Okay. Just so you guys know. All right. Which is why when women get overweight, like the more fat a woman has in their body, the bigger their breasts get, because it's fat composites. Okay, just like their thighs and just like their stomach, the fat goes to their breasts and to their thighs too. All right. So that's why when you see overweight women, they have larger tits. Okay. Just so you guys know. All right. Everything in blue is going to be a stagnant area. Okay. Which means they don't bend. Okay. The blue areas do not move ever. Okay. The red areas move. Okay. These parts move the arm. Okay. The red parts move the blue parts. Okay. So the kneecaps are joints, the shoulders are joints, the elbows and wrists are joints, which is why I put them in red, okay? The blue, they do not move, they stay still the whole time, okay? Which means if they're bent in any shape or in any way, that means that they are broken and they need to go to the hospital, okay? Here are the chest muscles, the pectoral muscles. That's the only muscle I actually know the name to, pectoral muscles. I know trap muscles, all right? And sternocleidomastoid and sternal muscle. Okay, whatever. But yeah, here are the chest muscles. Okay, right. The chest muscles are in green because they're not completely still. They do move. The chest muscles, they do move, but not as much as the joints. Okay, the neck is also can be counted as a joint muscle because it moves the head around. Okay, the neck can twist, bend, move around just like a shoulder, pretty much. All right. The stomach area moves too, but I put it in pink because it has a limitation pretty much, all right? It can bend sideways, back and forth, and probably twist around. And that's pretty much it, okay? Stomach muscle can move too, but not as much, okay? And that is pretty much it, all right? Same thing for the face, all right? There's parts of the face that can move, but not fully, not completely 360, Right, and the red, the reason why I put the hips are red is because there are actually joints in the hips right here actually, so these count as a joint pretty much, okay, where the hips or pelvis is, because the pelvis moves the thighs. All right, you just got to put in the work, okay? Learning anatomy is vital, especially if you guys are planning on being illustrators, comic designers, book writers. I don't even know, manga writers, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to be, whatever you're trying to do, if it involves humans, even if it involves animals, okay, even if it's not about humans, it could be animals, still learning human anatomy helps, okay? Because the thing is, it sounds weird, but a lot of human anatomy also applies to animal anatomy too, okay? And we'll actually do a separate tutorial on anatomy for animals later on. But yeah, if you learn the human anatomy, learning animal anatomy and other creatures was going to be way more easy, okay? Because it was hard for me to do creatures and animals if I didn't know human first, okay? So human anatomy is vital, okay? Because a lot of human anatomy applies to animal anatomy too, all right? So here are the shapes we use. We use cylinders. Cylinder is an important shape to learn, okay? Learn how to draw cylinders, learn how to draw circles, okay? Learn how to draw cylinders in perspective so that you can make joints that move and bend in 3D space, okay? Just like that, I used literally 3 shapes to make up an arm, and that's all I did. Boom. It's all like I said, it's all simple. But anyway, y'all, that is going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.